Hello there. Welcome back to the archive. I said I was gonna go to bed, but I couldn't stop thinking about it, and I kinda got back here, and here we are. We have loaded 65% of it, and we've only eaten 3.7 gigabytes so far. Hence why I started the stream, because I believe this might be the winning blow, so to speak. Or the lucky chance, I hope. Because check these. These look like good numbers. Yes. For some reason the bias is like 20 units, 10 units. I think that's normal, not sure. The weights here are fairly small. E to the negative 5 and 4 mostly. There's no blanks. And this is for VQVIE. But right now it's doing the prior. And it's done soon. Yeah. So, I solved the memory mapping. I think, maybe. Let's hope. It went up to 60.2 gigabytes of disk space, so that's because I'm storing the tensors raw on disks. In addition to, like, you have to save the PTH, the actual save model. I look into there and I actually extract the storages one by one and put them in different files. And I hope this works. Please work. Please work. Please work. Oh my god. Okay, I think it's working. I think it's working. Because the arrays that we're loading are memory mapped, aka they live on a hard disk, aka transferring from the hard disk to the graphics card is going to be sort of slow. What a roundabout way to achieve this, but I guess it works. Oh, and I did change to be on a 12 gig instance, so I can actually verify it. Oh, suspense. Please. Please, for the love of something, work. Is the audio working, by the way? I didn't check. Beep? Yeah. Is the audio? Yeah. Nine minutes. It's been loading for 9 minutes. I mean, hell, I'd rather take a 10-minute loading time than no loading at all. This thing usually runs for a couple of hours anyway, so shouldn't be too bad. At least it runs. Restored from. we're still at 3.7 gigabytes. This is really good so far. The fact that it's slow is good. For once. Now, I hope that that PyTorch is smart enough to actually copy these over to here. I mean, I did check the code for load state dict, and it does think it explicitly copies. Explicitly, yeah, there you go. It explicitly copies. And I believe that's what it's doing now. Please work. It's in the load from state dict, yes. Yeah. Oof. We've made it out of the load, and we're now in the load of state dict. So we're now definitely copying data over to the graphics card from the hard drive at an abysmally slow pace. Hey, it is a pace, isn't it? Better than not running at all. But if this works, I'm gonna be kind of dumbfounded. It works. My God. What? Ladies and gentlemen, we have successfully loaded jukebox on a 12 gigabyte machine by only using 3.7 gigabytes of RAM. Oh my God. That took me 4 days. Let's not call hey yet, because there's still the possibility that these tensors have been loaded entirely wrong. But as we can see, we get 14 tokens a second, which means we're not loading it from the hard drive anymore. It is living in the weights, and all the values are now actually living in the graphics card. Whew, that worked. And if I'm correct, 60.2 gigabytes should be just enough for a free user. I'm just gonna wait for this to run one section, and then I'm gonna listen to it and see if it sounds awful or not. Okay, we're done one section. Cancel it. Cancel. Come on, go off. Decode to file. Yes, go. Thank you. Continue, I guess. Fast, quick. Yes. Come on, show. Move. F5. Where are you? There. Let's give you an impression too. Yeah, you should have audio. I think it's working, because I think that was a usual jukebox output. It should be here. Yeah, I heard a bit of a kind of speech in there. My God, this is actually working. What? Yeah, I think I'm gonna say this is a success so far. Uh, yeah, let's wait for one more just so I can make sure that I'm not insane. I mean, it's not the best song that I have here right now. It's The Prime Time of Your Life by Daft Punk. That's how it goes. Let's wait another 10 seconds for this to go. And then let's listen to it. Okay. Yoink. Thank you. Decode that to files. Actually, now when I think about it, since VQVAE and the generative model both use the same loading method, they are both going to be using my loading method. So, and because we use VQVAE to go to tokens and go from tokens to sample, uh, even if the beginning, like if the if it was loading it wrong, the entire song would just be straight from the beginning, even when VQVAE is encoding from the file, because it would just be random crap. But since we're clearly hearing the original song, I'm pretty damn sure we're loading the correct data. And we did it in 3.7 gigabytes. Yeah, it's fallen down now to 3.5 gigabytes. Hey, how about that? That's cool. Well, yeah, let's make sure. It's working. It's definitely working. Well, I feel good now. But at the same time, kind of retarded because I tried so many things. So many things. And not once did I look at a simple persistent load function and modify that instead. Whoops. Well, that's what you get. But yeah, technically we have the loading functions of Torch is now modified to accommodate this. It's baked into jukebox opt, so you don't have to install a special version of PyTorch. This right here will just it will literally just overwrite a part of PyTorch internally. Not for everything, but just internally in jukebox. And frankly, it's just for this little file right here, the make models file. Oh, this is not updated. Yeah, there you go. So it gets the custom load there, which is our modified version of the internals of PyTorch, which we're pulling into jukebox. It's kind of weird, but we actually use that right here. So it's a straight replacement for the t.load. We have custom load, which instead loads the file, looks at it, and when it's doing the persistent loading, whatever that means, it's kind of whack how this eventually ended up working. Normally, it creates an empty empty storage of the size and of the data type that you want and set it to be uninitialized. I kept that. But then I put in my special, whatever the heck this is, and yeah, I basically create a file. I write this empty object to it because easiness, and it seems to be pretty fast too because it's a C function. But it is ultimately limited by the speed of the hard drive. So that gives us an empty file with a special length, and that has a special name which is linked to the key of the object. And then underneath there we simply call from file, which actually does memory mapping internally. But it's just not really employed anywhere. Like, to my knowledge, from file isn't used anywhere. Actually, let's check. PyTorch. GitHub, PyTorch. Let's check. PyTorch, yes. Search. From file. I mean, it has doc strings, but I don't think it's really... Oh, Vulkan. That's the registration of the actual C function, I think. From file only seems to be used with templates. It is tested, but it's... Oh, this is more parameters than I saw. Interesting. Yeah, from file is basically not really used for tensors, even though it kind of should be. Like, if there was a from file function with an offset, it could literally be a straight replacement for set from file. It could be named memory map from file or something like that. But from file and set from file are really similar. But the only difference is that set from file doesn't memory map, but it does take an offset into the file. From file does memory map, but doesn't take an offset. So that's why I have to like create the separate files, and it's a mess. It's a mess. But it works. Hey, it works. I mean, yeah, it took like 10 minutes to load, but it loaded. A couple of days ago, it didn't at all. So I think that's a huge success. And I want to listen to it more. Gib. Let's listen. Let's refresh. And let's hear. Yeah, this is not the best song to demonstrate jukebox. But this is definitely semi-normal in outputs. I can show you a completely botched output. I can do that. Maybe it was in 4. Yeah, here it is. This this is what happens when you fuck up all the weights. Prepare your ears. Now, that's basically what happens when you fuck up everything. So that's why I'm fairly certain that we properly loaded jukebox in under 4 gigabytes. Said it before, I'll say it again. I'm proud. Yeah. And I'll leave it there because I should go sleep. It's it's 13. Remember last stream when I said, hey, it's 7 a.m.? It's now 13 p.m. But yeah, I finally solved it, so that's cool. It's cool. But yeah. Yeah. I am done here. Goodbye for until next time.